I would now like to tell you about the number letter 3. It was the most arrogant number that had ever stood amongst infinity. True, 3 was more than 2, but it had its eyes on being the only one, so it would use its hidden clout to win over the heart of 2, but when it did that, 3 created something that was more powerful than itself, but not yet number 1. Number 5 was now bigger than all the others, a tyrant king in his own mind and in the eyes of the others. He believed he could do and say more than any before, except for the itty-bitty one that resides alone by itself. 5 tried to conquer the line and become all for one or none at all, whichever came first, so he dragged a 3 who called upon 2 and along the way found 4, so 5 became almost 3 times larger than he was before, but what stopped him from becoming complete was 1 remaining alone by itself. So as time went, the numbers kept getting bigger and more, larger and then some, until they all forgot their true purpose of actually trying to be the number 1, and instead of wanting to be number 1 in wars that will never be won. Now, never had 1 really had a companion, because 2 was unfaithful since the beginning. See, the thing was, 2 could only be if 1 wanted to become 1 more than it was before. It would become as if it was if it could see its own reflection, which on one special occasion it did, but how was lost in the throes of the line, hidden within time. At first, the 2 could never be separated until 3 got between the couple. 2 ran off from 1 and was never seen by it again. 1 would not begin to worry until you begin to think only about yourself and ultimately, if not untimely, death. So out of fear, 1 begins to ask questions from answers from prayers. The warmth of the world will make anyone smile. That is, if you aren't just thinking about what nothing is. Did the non-number add challenge to what could not actually be a problem whatsoever? The problem with nothing was that she was always there, touching everything all the time, and would never give 1 time to be by itself, even in thought, because it thought of absolutely nothing all the time. In spite of its so-called solitude, 1 would believe that nobody really liked it, and that is, who loved it the most was nothing. When this thought was realized on the tip of its mind, it shrugged.